Good morning. It is another day of working in the shop, and we are working on these resto mod cars. What do you got here?
I got a 1960 Ford Galaxy. Not much left of the body.
So this car came in as a rolling shell, pretty beat up and desperately rusty. You'll also notice that my car's not in this bay anymore. That's because Rhett pushed it out to work on his own car.
You're the one that helped me push it out.
There's a chance. Over here in bay number 2.
This is a 1976 Chevy Monte Carlo.
How's your resto mod going?
It's going really good. I'm just chasing threads on the motor, and then I'm gonna put a starter on it.
I've got a few details to finish up on my car, so I need to get it into bay number 1. Kids, I need some help. So I made a list here. It's just off the top of my head. I did not do it in order. Let's talk about this. We've got to weld the halo, weld the gas tank, just a little more welding, some padding, lumbar support thing that I do. That's a secret. It's not a secret. It's just, some of this stuff's not gonna, you're gonna have to watch, see it be done because it's hard to explain. Camera mounts, we gotta figure out that or you guys will never see it. Seat belt. I gotta change the oil and oil filter. I wanna redesign the steering column a little bit. I gotta mount the seat. I've gotta complete the fuel system, complete the throttle, complete the wire tuck, change the stance. I've got it set down a little bit too low there in the back. Got to change the front bumper, check all the fluids. I've got to paint it, and I've got to weld the hood. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is get it running. So that means the wiring and the fuel. Got to take these 5/16 fittings out of here and put the 3/8 fittings in out of the fuel pump here. I like to run the electric fuel pumps. Some derby guys like the mechanical fuel pumps. I've just been finding the quality of both style of pumps are really suspect. It's not like it was back in the 80s. Oh, okay, I even did it the right way. That's good.
You inspecting it?
Yeah.
Look, see how big that gusset is?
You got that brace good.
I'm trying to figure out how stuff works. Okay, so that's the positive wire. That goes to your battery, correct? And you put a switch in between it?
Okay, come here, I'll draw you a picture.
Please. Wiring is not my strong point.
It's not hard. Okay, so down here on your starter motor, you have this great big wire that comes in right here. But where it needs to go is into the motor, but it doesn't, okay? It comes to a point right here. All right, so this is hooked to your battery, right, to the positive side of your battery. Negative side of your battery goes to the ground. Remember what this symbol means? That's ground. And we know that the starter's bolted to the ground. So that symbol tells us, I drew this symbol pretty bad, but it's supposed to look like this. Yeah, it's a triangle of slashes. Anyway, so then what happens is there's a contact right here, copper contact. And then there's a pole in the middle of that. And then there's a coil of wires around it, okay? Makes an electromagnet, just like a speaker. And one side of this is connected to the ground, and the other side of this goes up here to your key, or in our case, a twist. Because all you gotta do is touch it, and that electromagnet goes in there, okay? So that's called a solenoid. A solenoid is a really big relay. So your car is really simple. You need one.
So
you need one of these that's on a switch that goes to your distributor cap, okay? Right? And you twist those two wires together, okay? And then you touch this wire to it to start it.
All right.
That's a classic derby twist and touch.
Battery started, battery.
Getting close. Getting close. All right, we're here checking on the progress of these cars. What do you got?
Okay, so I've got that pump. Red is the positive, and it's just got to run up here, and I pigtail it off of whichever one is positive.
Wait. Okay. No, you don't want it on the positive. You want it on the opposite.
I want it on the opposite, so it's off until I flip it on.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, let's go see how Rhett's doing. So Rhett's got engine and transmission together. That's about ready to stab in there. So we're going to be putting LS power in an old Ford. We're going to do our sound check on the fuel pump. Sounds good. Now we just gotta get some fluid in there. Gasoline to be exact. It's a new day, and we moved my car from bay 1 to bay 2 for reasons. We're about to hear this motor for the first time.
It's not even like lighting off.
Yeah, it should be getting a puff, 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 puff. Here, hold this, Red. Oh, I'll keep that. We know that it kicked before, and we would like to see it kick again. Okay, go for it. Yeah, we got spark. Get that fuel pump going. I'm not seeing any fuel in that sight glass. Oh, we got fuel now. Okay,
Yeah.
accelerate. Pump it, come on. Pump,
There
pump.
it is.
Oh, hey, don't do it yet.
I know.
Okay, go for it. Keep it running. We're way advanced.
I have that carb setup we can bolt on right now.
Hey!
What did I tell you?
I forgot. Ah, that's hot.
Well, don't touch it. It's bare
Don't touch
wire
anything.
now.
It's bare wires.
I know.
He had one job. All right.
He melted it.
It's okay.
Right, you more prepared this time?
Yeah, I got a safety cover on this one.
Well,
Okay, let's change the oil.
all that smoke is from headers and
The paint on the
paint.
headers.
Yes.
So let's try to get this to idle really quick. Fired up. We're going to probably jet this up. It's a little bit on the lean side, I think. I've never seen color in the exhaust. Okay, put it up in the air. Let's drain the oil. Let's do an oil change.
So last night I got the motor set in, transmission crossbonder on.
This is an LS, right?
Yeah, an
Little
LS.
LS versus MORR action gonna go down.
Yes, we'll see which one runs better. The special sauce of the day, some Z-Rod, 10W40. That's gonna be some good
It's gonna make
stuff.
that motor happy.
All right, we're gonna figure out how to rejet this thing.
Secret sauce is going in. She just got groomed. She's fluffy. Oh yeah.
Come here. Oh, look how pretty you are. Oh, you smell so nice. Look at that. You gotta feel better. I'm not super familiar with these Holley type carburetors, so I'm gonna have to pull this off and look in here and see. I'm very familiar with other types of carburetors, so I know what I'm looking for, and I think I've been in one of these before, but I think it was one after a fire, and I wasn't doing a lot of retaining. Okay, I'm not seeing anything I need in here. Okay. There's my jets right there.
Those look tiny.
Well, let's try to guess what's in here. This is a knockoff carburetor. I don't even know why I have it. I don't know if somebody sent it to me or if I bought it. But the problem is the jets aren't numbered.
Just throw the biggest ones in and run it.
How do I know which ones are the biggest?
Look at it. Micrometer it.
I'm gonna have to use my micrometer. Rhett, will you look and see if you see a number on that? Oh, those are much bigger.
I do not see a number. That's a big jet.
Look at it compared to that one. Hold on. I got a kid that wears gloves.
Is he even your kid?
I was over there welding.
Like I said, I got a kid that wears gloves. It may come as a shock to you that I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't know how to jet this carburetor and I just guessed, right, just barely. But it shouldn't be that shocking because I really don't know what I'm doing. And so should you. We're out here getting it done.
Yeah, it's just a little bit tight.
Wow.
It's a little rusty. Shocker, because it is an oil dipstick.
It's gotta be the rustiest dipstick I've ever seen. All right, it's got plenty. I'm happy with that jetting. All right, so I know it needs spark plugs. I know I got to reroute the spark plug wires, but I also know that it's going to be good enough. Rhett, in the news, it's turned out all crows have suddenly forgot how to communicate with each other. And scientists are looking for the cause.
That's a good one.
That is a good one, isn't it? So we were tuning this carburetor and it got running a lot better, but the motor still wasn't sounding like perfectly smooth. Look at this spark plug. In case you aren't a car guy or gal, this is what they're supposed to look like. And then they get a little bit of discoloration on them. There'll be a little bit of tan or brown, or sometimes you could even get just a little bit of black carbon on there if it's an older engine, and it'll be normal and be fine. They're not supposed to look like this. This isn't normal or fine.
Have you ever seen it where they cut the tops off these and have the spark come jump over to the side right there?
Yeah, there's different theories on it. I watched Richard Holdner did an awesome spark plug test where he went all the way closed gap to all the way wide gap. He checked spark plug indexing and stuff like that. But like the Engine Masters test where they smash the headers for horsepower, turns out if you got a good spark plug and the gap is wide enough, it can be a pretty wide range and there's no horsepower difference. Indexing them, nothing. I'm not saying that there isn't a specific head design that probably has some other problem to make it so. Maybe indexing works. In general, you're just not gonna see it on a dyno. And if you're not gonna see it on the dyno, you're not gonna see it at the finish line. All right, we're just gonna put a little right stuff on the valve cover area here, rocker arm cover. This bank's looking a little better so far. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a good idea to change them, even though they're not looking as roached out as that side. All right, we got both valve covers done. Now we've just got to put, do you want to get the spark plugs and put them in that side, Colin? Spark plugs and headers, then we can do the wires. All right, so we got a fab rat in the shop right here.
Oh yeah.
We were just reminiscing about the days of derbying out there at Blizzard Bash and some of the other shows and talking about how Derby has evolved. Utah has been a pretty exciting place to watch Derby. In my lifetime, it's changed a lot, but it's still, Utah's the hardest hitting state. You want to fight me, meet me at the bike racks after school. So I know Derby's super boring to a lot of you, and here's a boring fact you might find interesting. These Chrysler Cordobas are known as being a little hot rod out there. They're pretty tough, like they've got the toughness of a big car, but they're compact, they're short. They've got a short wheelbase, so if you have room to run, you can run. Now in Utah, there is a lot of running. Like there's a lot of circling and high-speed runs, full track, half track. There's a lot of that going on. In a lot of other shows, particularly in the East, people will pick a corner and they'll stay in that corner the whole Derby and just drive forward and backward, forward and backward. I think we only use reverse in Utah
when you
to get out
stuck.
of a jam.
Yes.
We're in a truck.
It's a nosing state, and the rules favor nosing. We're able to put 8 plates on this car so that we can put on a good show with the nose. The show we just went to that Rhett just drove in, it's in a town called Nephi. It has a capacity of 10,000 fans. Nephi Derby sells out in about 2 hours because of the driving style. And I'm not saying we're better than anybody else, but we are different.
I know Utah's a bucket list place for people to drive. We get a lot of out-of-staters.
If you get enough out-of-staters, they'll come and force us to play their game, and they'll beat us with their little game of chess. We like to call it sandbagging. But with that being said, I'm planning on sandbagging this car. I'm trying to convince my
I'm just
kids
gonna
not
say
to.
it right now.
What color is
This
it?
car is gonna be ruined by him at the end of the night.
Yeah, here's the problem. We're gonna get out there in the arena and everybody's gonna go, hey, let's make fun of the cool guy. Let's pick on the cool guy. I'm the cool guy. Yeah, that's what happened to you guys. Look, so pre-Nephi Derby, the internet was picking on the promoter of Nephi because of Paul. Oh, insane.
It's not like terrible. The front's just been up a little. I think we straightened it, played it. The back's
All right, we're gonna listen to it run just to make sure we didn't do anything wrong.
That is way better.
It's late Saturday afternoon, early evening. Rudy came out to help me work on his car. We were supposed to work on it all day. I mean, not Rudy, but I was supposed to. But we had a bunch of jobs come in, and by a bunch, I mean 2, and they were big ones. We've got this 1976 Resto Mod ready for its first test run. So we're bringing you in here for that. Let's get it fired up. Wow. Still running really lean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's leaning out right there on Throttle. I'm gonna have to do some research, see what I can do about that. We might have let it run a little bit too long. But it's hot. I think this is coming out of the overflow, but how can one tell? Yeah, this is coming out of the overflow.
What are you trying to do?
We're tuning it.
Did you get tuned right?
Yeah? Yeah.
Did you hear it? Yeah.
All right, it's Monday. It's actually Monday afternoon. We've kind of been thrashing on these cars all day. Rhett's in so much trouble, he talked his mom into coming and helping him.
I was just gonna say, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're making an oil loop line for the engine. Lots of custom stuff on this, isn't there?
I was looking at that. That engine's at quite the angle.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody out there helping me, and I couldn't tell how angled it was. I'm like, that looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good.
It's gonna be angled back farther by the end of the night, hopefully.
Okay, hopefully that doesn't leak.
Are you redoing what Rudy did?
I just need the steering wheel up higher.
Oh.
It's too low. It's not ideal, but it's what we did.
It's quite the elaborate system you got there.
It's a lot more wiring than I am used to, that's for sure, but it's simple. Well, I got my throttle working today, and it works pretty flawlessly.
So, very custom.
Yeah. I basically just designed what a stock throttle would look like, and then I just built it on this plate so it unbolts super easy. So that's my brake, super simple. Should work. I need to get a brake line built so that I can actually find out if it works.
Oh man. We should have drilled these holes.
Slide that on. Let's see here, that's on there. Pump works. Yep. So wiring works.
So Rhett, why'd you build your cab the size of your dad?
Because I built this foot pedal thing and it was too up close. I had to move my seat back as far as I could.
Yeah, you put those like a foot forward.
Yeah, I couldn't get them up higher on the wall, though. That's the problem. I'm gonna redesign this at some point, but this year this will work. And then the steering wheel needs to be about here.
Can you reach the shifter?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna be right there. It's gonna be right there, and that's as far as I have to reach. Then the switches, they're just far enough that I won't whack them with my hand. Everything is, you want everything as far away from you as you can by just reaching it out. Because you don't want something where you're gonna...
This is such a big car, it's crazy.
It's a boat.
These were big cars, man.
I like it. I'm gonna have to probably lower that because that steering wheel's way too high now. But, oh, that's like the right length right there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I grabbed the piece. It's like, that'd be perfect for
Jake, you're back.
I'm back. I've been out getting parts like all day.
What'd you get?
Parts and water.
Juice pop?
Juice pup, Matt parts, Rhett parts, and in my pockets, some more Rhett parts.
It's a new day in the shop. Look at all of this energy.
I've already been working.
These guys stayed up super late. They've been working on their cars. My car's done. It's out in the yard. I'll show you that later. It's not painted.
His stress level just went way down.
All right.
He's like, I'm making it out in the arena.
We have some other unfinished business though. Caitlin, we need you over here. We had a lot of comments that these heights are invalid because we didn't take our shoes off. But we definitely did. In fact, you can see Jake right here in his socks in the video. If we'd have left our shoes on, we'd probably be about an inch, at least an inch taller. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Those are some tall boots.
Also, many of you commented that we're taller in the morning than we are later in the day. And that's good. We did all these measurements in the morning. So later today, at the end of the day, we're gonna check everybody in their socks. Don't worry, they won't be in their shoes. But you can also see something's missing here. We don't have Caitlin and we don't have Jamie. So let's remedy that. Scoot over this way.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
Like,
Write your initials.
not even a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch under me.
How tall do you tell people you are?
5'9".
5'9"?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Services?
She's almost 5'10".
5'9" and a half.
I'd say 5'9" and a half.
Noted.
Take that half in.
Being modest.
Jamie will be here in a bit and we'll be back.
Colin, where are we at on your car?
I've got a list right up here. There's just a lot, and we're running out of time. This is my throttle, though.
We got this whole column right here and about half of this column left. And we've got 2 days. We were getting low on these apparently. Doesn't seem like we're that low on them. But when we got them, they got put in here. So these are all flange bolts
Yeah.
and non-flange. So basically, this entire thing needs to come out. And we need to be separate. I could probably do a better job.
Okay, I
And
got
they
it.
just need to be separated.
I can do that.
So we have the bolts and nuts Mac Daddy kit here, and it has so many different kind of fasteners. We have flange head bolts. We have flange head nuts. I don't even know what they're called, flange nuts. Metric and standard, cap head, fine thread, coarse thread, virtually anything you'd need in the shop. We use this all the time. That means we have to restock it all the time.
And I'm still learning.
It's an honest mistake.
What's the status on your car, Rhett?
we need to finish a few things underneath, and then it's done. It needs a drive line finished and 2 plates put on the rear end, and then it's done.
Wow. How
Then-
late were you here last night?
I was here till about 11:30, I think.
You got your steering kind of set up,
Already done.
trans cooler,
Oh yeah.
front bumper.
Front bumper's on. Kind of just the finishing touches. We're getting there.
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this car and the rules it was built for and how it's gonna compete and why I did some of the things that I've done. So this car was built to stock rules, and the stock rules are the most restrictive for what you can and can't do. They allow us this cage. This cage is pretty basic and standard for a derby car. They do get a lot more intense, and I could put a more intense cage in here, but I don't think it's necessary for the class that I'm running. They do make a rule though, I can only attach 2 down bars that go down and attach to the body of the car. They're not allowed to attach to the frame. This car is a unibody, so the floor and the frame are kind of the same thing. There's rules on how far this gas tank protector can be from this rear hump area. There's rules on where these bars are placed. And what these bars are for is so big chunks of things can't come in. Same as right here. This is so the hood can't shove in. And it's not a problem on a car like this, but they still require these. The back of this car is not very strong. This is a Chrysler Cordoba. They are definitely not known for having strong trunks. The last thing I want this trunk to do is bend down and become a road grader, because it'll make it so I can't drive around the arena. So what I've done is I've kept the back end as high as possible. I've hit this with a hammer and hit this with a hammer, and the way the frame is designed, I'm hoping that I get hit in the back and this rolls up. And that's the best thing that can happen, and it can keep rolling all night. As long as it rolls in here, we're gonna be good. Oh, hey, look, some pliers. I didn't bother with changing the axle. In stock class, they don't allow you to run full floaters or anything, but I could put a better axle. Like I could build a Ford 9-inch with 40 spline axles if I wanted to, but I'm just not that dedicated. There is rules on how many gussets you can put in. There's rules on how this halo bar here can be attached to the car. They're allowing 50%. So I've done less than 50% here because it's not going to change how this car handles back here. There's really nothing I can do back here to help the car. They do allow us 4 frame plates per side, even on fresh cars, because we're going to be running against pre-runs. And a lot of people don't realize this in derby cars if you're not in the sport, but pre-run cars get tougher and tougher and tougher because they just keep getting repaired. They get pulled down and repaired. There is limits on how many plates you can put on there, but it is significantly easier to make a pre-ran car harder if you're dedicated. So they're letting the fresh cars kind of compete with that. So I've got plates on the humps back here, and you can see the chain there. I've chained the humps. That's legal within the rules, and that helps keep the frame from buckling this way and collapsing in on the axle and going down. And hopefully we'll put that tension there so that it bends up and that part stays strong. They allow us 5 gallons of fuel. So I got a 5-gallon fuel cell right there. I've got the vent set up so that if the car rolls, it doesn't spill gas, particularly not inside the car. This car is running a 400 cubic inch Chrysler. That's the engine that this came with. Got a 727 automatic transmission. I have a lot of experience running this transmission. I have no experience running a Chrysler big block. I derbied for 10 years and I did it with Chrysler small block, the 360. I don't expect this to be a lot different. And it's a good balance of not too much power on a stock rear end, which is welded up. We got tubes in the tires. We are running the stock radiator, but we're not running a fan. The slower derbies, the non-Utah derbies, running a fan is important, so they spend time figuring out how to get either electric fans or plastic mechanical fans, and they do all that. I don't care. I don't care if this runs out of water when I pull in the arena. The show's gonna last 10 minutes maybe. The longest one I've ever been in was probably 14 minutes. I can run without water for 14 minutes. There's a few things that I've done that allow this engine to run extremely hot without seizing up, but I'm not gonna tip my whole hand. Here's a clip of my derby truck that ran the entire 14 minutes without any water, and this is it firing up and winning the show. I flipped this bumper upside down. There's no real trick to that except for the main beam of the bumper is right here, and I couldn't get it high enough. They do allow you to attach the bumper on. Different shows have different rules, but this rule allows us to attach it. Basically hard-nosed. We're using a plate right here for the bumper shock, just 1/4 inch plate. Here's some of my other plates. Remember I said there's 4 plates per side they allowed us. So I attached the K-member to the subframe, just put the plates where I thought they would do the best and most good. Once again, this hood is allowed to be welded 50%. I did closer to 50% on here because I'm gonna be using the nose of this car. The back is just incidental defense, but I'm gonna try to protect it anyway because it is pretty weak. Front of this car should be pretty good. For me, this is a nose car, which means I'm gonna be driving forward all night and just crushing the competition. These are Zoomy headers. They are not for performance. A lot of people really get that confused. High horsepower engines in a Derby, in my opinion, are the same as high horsepower engines in off-road. They just break transmissions and they break rear ends. I don't like that. I like to build a tractor, something that's not stressing out the engine, stressing out the transmission, and stressing out the axles and rear end drive shaft and all that stuff. But what these actually are good for is these are my gauges. So there's gonna be lots of times I have to restart the car out there. I won't be able to hear it crank. I'll have my helmet on. There'll be other loud engines around. But I watch this and I watch what color the smoke is and what they're doing, and that will tell me how to start it. So these are my gauges. This is how I tell if my engine's running. This is how I tell like if I'm too rich or too lean, if I'm flooded or whatever when I'm restarting it. So they actually do serve a purpose. They don't just look cool and sound cool. I run a lap belt. I tape up my steering wheel. With a taped up steering wheel, my face smashes into this all night and it feels good instead of bad. And it keeps me from putting my thumbs inside and breaking any fingers. One Derby, I didn't tape this up and I broke this finger and it's crooked now. That's as straight as I can get it. So I am not a professional Derby driver. I'm not a professional car builder. I know a lot more about trucks. That's all I ever ran. This is the third car I've ever built, and this is the first time I've built a car to this class.
How does it feel being a Cordoba enthusiast?
I'm a huge Cordoba enthusiast. Okay, let me tell you a strategy there. So once again, Utah Derby driving style is different than the surrounding states. I don't know why it's evolved that way, but it has. And the advantage of the Cordoba, even though it's got kind of a weak trunk, is that it's a full-size car in its width and from here to here, and then it's a mid-sized car from here back. And what that means is I've got a short little wheelbase. So sneaking around in the arena, it's a small car. It's a small target to hit. It's quick. It can maneuver really well. It can turn around in less area. And I'm planning on using all of that to my advantage out there.
I can't believe this is considered a short wheelbase small car.
Yeah.
It's the size of that Roadmaster. Like,
it might have a shorter wheelbase than a Corvair. Let's get a tape and see. Do you think this is shorter wheelbase or longer wheelbase than a Corvair?
Oh, longer. Look at this thing.
We got 116 inches. So a Corvair is 108 inch. And then let's compare it to a full-size car. 121. This is going to be similar to the Cordoba. This is also a mid-size, so. But he's building for a different class. That's going to be the mid-class, like the mid-build. He's allowed a lot more plating and building. There's just more build rules. He's allowed 4 down bars instead of just 2, and they can attach to the frame. He can do axle swaps, leaf spring swaps, so that's got a full floater with leaf springs, just a different build. This one is the same build as mine, so this is a stock car, very limited on what he can do. So myself, Rhett, and then Carter are all gonna be in the stock class, so we're gonna be out there crashing into each other and trying to take down the competition first, hopefully. Colin's gonna be out there all by himself. Hopefully he'll be in there with Robbie so he has a buddy out there because Robbie's building for this class too. I'm running to Ace to grab a few things, left the boys back in the shop working hard. Hopefully they have the parts we need here. I think they will. Does this new Ace give you Buc-ee's vibes?
yeah, it's like King of Buc-ee's.
Gives me hometown Buc-ee's vibes. All right, we got a whole bag of goodies plus some other stuff. This is for fuel lines and throttle cables. Now we gotta head to Schultz's. I gotta talk to my steel dealer and see if we can't get some stuff to finish these Derby cars. Oh, we gotta talk about how my diet's going.
Oh, you're not allowed to eat that.
Sure I am. Too small.
That'll work?
I think that'll work.
Okay.
Thanks, Rowdy.
See ya.
We got the goods. Now it's time to head back to the shop and put those goods to good use. All right, Colin, we got a bunch of your stuff here.
See those brand new starters sitting there for you?
So those look nice. So this is for your transmission.
Did you find the barrel clamps?
Yeah, we had to make them though, kind of. Where's your cable at? I want to see if it even, I might have to drill these holes out a little bit bigger. Oh no. Fits.
I got my fuel wrapped up, this all up out of the way and hanging.
There's plenty of stuff to figure out yet. That'll probably be okay. 67.5. So we need to make this drive shaft 8 inches longer. We've got this 8-inch section here, holding it flat and parallel with all these clamps. Gonna drop this in here, and that's gonna be it. This is a Nerat drive shaft that I bought 15 years ago. It's been a good drive shaft, but it's not the right length. Now, there's gonna be some pearl clutching with what I'm doing, but I want you to know that I think it's gonna be all right. Not doing so good.
Oh, that didn't work. Yeah.
It's just proof that I'm still learning. Don't worry none about this, Rhett. You're gonna have a nice drive shaft when this is over. I have some wisdom to drop. So a lot of people think that drive shafts have to be straight and they have to be balanced. And that is not true. It is true that it's better if they're straight and balanced. And that's where professional drive shaft shops come in, like Adam's Drive Shaft, a sponsor. But it's Derby season, we're under the gun. This is what's happening in the shop, and so should you. So, my buddy Sheldon's here. You may have seen him on the channel before. This is Lizzie's uncle, and I have a question for you. How tall are you?
6'2".
You're 6'2". All right, kick your shoes off. Let's check it.
All right. I used to be 6'2".
We all found out we're not as tall as we used to be.
Oh, Sheldon, it ain't looking good for you, man.
Step away.
Oh my gosh, I'm under 6'1".
Yeah, I was 6'2". I'm 6'2" on my driver's license.
I'm 6'2" on my driver's license
See,
too.
here's the thing. It's roofing. I got out of roofing when I noticed I was getting shorter, and I haven't got shorter since. Sheldon and I used to be the most dynamic roofing crew in the entire world for about a decade. Well, half a decade.
By that he means half a decade or a quarter decade.
Sheldon and I have covered acres and acres and acres of roofs.
Yeah.
So Sheldon, back when we were younger and we wanted to be nice to each other, we would offer each other Mountain Dew and sugar. Are those days over for you yet?
What, of drinking Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Well, if they are, that has to start tomorrow because I've already had a 32 ounce for today.
So that reminds me, you guys probably want an update on how my diet is going, and maybe you don't want it, but you're gonna get it anyway. Here is a boring fact you might find interesting. So let's see how this is going. So Sunday I weighed in at 240 pounds. Monday I was 238 pounds. Tuesday 236 pounds. Wednesday 235 pounds. Thursday 233 pounds. Friday, I held steady at 233 pounds. Saturday, I dropped down to 231 pounds. And then Sunday was a bad day. I went back up to 233 pounds, but that's just gonna happen. That's my cheat day. Monday, which was yesterday, I weighed in at 231 pounds. So I'm extremely happy. I've lost 9 pounds in 8 days. That was my goal. Now I realize I can't keep this up. This is like the exciting part of my diet where I lose a bunch of weight, and now it's gonna slow way down. Some of you were pretty concerned. Let me tell you what you were concerned about. I am not a dietitian, nor am I a professional nutritionist, so do not take any of my advice, none of it. Let me tell you what's going on. First of all, I mentioned in last week's video that avoiding sugar. And then I mentioned that I was eating an orange. Today for lunch, I had oranges, and I got lots of comments that are like, oh, you say you're cutting out sugar and you're eating an orange? It's loaded with sugar. Yeah, it's got about 9 grams of sugar, between 5 and 10 grams, depending on how big the orange is. A Snickers bar has 20 grams of sugar in it. An orange is not exactly junk food. What it felt like is it felt like I told the world I was giving up swimming while drinking a glass of water. So the natural sugar in orange plus the fiber, the way I understand it, is much, much better for you than just scooping in 20 grams of processed sugar. Once again, I'm not a professional, I'm just telling you. I also got the same thing with peanut butter. Peanut butter is terrible. I told you what I had for lunch. I didn't tell you what I had for breakfast. I didn't tell you what I had for dinner. But let's just say I'm eating a lot of fish and I'm eating a lot of my own homegrown beef and a lot of game meat. So I'm not gonna get into my diet. I definitely don't want anybody to copy what I'm doing and get themselves in trouble. No, I'm not doing this under the supervision of a doctor. I'm just trying to feel better. And I feel better. A large apple, I don't know if this is a large apple or a medium apple, but this is gonna have between 15 and 20 grams of sugar in it. And no, this is not a junk food. So that's an update. I'm gonna be trying to lose a pound a week from here on out. Just keep cheering for me. Let's do this. I gotta get under 200 pounds in 6 months, and I'm doing it for Jamie, I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for my kids, and I'm doing it for you. So somebody finally decided to show up to work today, and it's time to get an official height check. Okay, Jamie, how tall are you?
I always say I'm 5'4".
Okay, let's see this. Okay, move away. Looking pretty good.
A little spark on that door. 5'3.5".
Not too shabby.
We can round up though, and I can say I'm 5'4".
We only need like 1 or 2 in right now. Okay, is it in?
Alrighty. Okay, hold on. Let me
Twist the transmission.
Yep, let me spin this slightly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
You did good.
Tighten these up, let's see how straight this is. This shouldn't be that hard to spin, right?
Yeah, look at the gap.
Oh, are those washers on the bolt hitting, Dad?
I don't know. Let's take it apart and look at it.
Dang it. I hate that part.
Having to do it right.
Well, putting it together and then thinking it's right, and then you have to take it back apart.
Ah, right there. So you need to get your burr, and you need to do a little bit of mining there. Okay. Okay, rotate. That's good.
Fitting's a little nicer.
Oh yeah. That's all it takes. Okay, you're gonna have to check all 4 of them. All right, let's look down this drive shaft right here.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Good enough.
Dad, this thing keeps backfiring.
I know. You're probably way lean.
You ready?
Get ready to catch one? I'm gonna take this one that my hand's on. You're gonna take this one.
Okay.
I don't know which one fluid's gonna come out of. Fire it up in neutral.
Kill it!
Can you not hear that?
Sorry.
Good grief!
It's loud up here.
There's been an accident.
It's a murder scene.
Okay, fire it up again. Okay. Fire it up. Okay, now come down here and clean up your mess.
That's on there, isn't it?
So we've got a few comments from what I assume to be the aristocrats of the car world saying that Demolition Derby is like Neanderthal racing. Like, it's not sophisticated, it doesn't take any talent, doesn't take anything. It doesn't take the finesse that like automobile racing takes. And to them I say, Demolition Derby is way more than just going out there, fighting for your life and smashing into other people. Actually, it's pretty much just going out there, fighting for your life and smashing into other people.
And then high-fiving each other after.
But let me tell you a subtle thing here. Let's talk about brakes. In Demolition Derby, there's 4 schools of thought for brakes as far as how you stop the car. The very rich and successful Demolition Derby drivers have a pinion brake right here, like a monster truck. And just like monster trucks, you can see them glowing red hot. They're throwing out sparks. They're definitely the best way to stop the car. It's hard to damage it, and you always have brakes. My school of thought is I keep both rear brakes. Whatever came stock on the axle, that's what I run. This happens to have drum brakes. They happen to work good, so we're running them. Some people run all 4 brakes, and that's okay. I don't really have a problem with that, except for the risk of that on disc brake front cars is getting your wheel bent, and then it won't rotate around the caliper anymore. So in my opinion, it's a risk on disc brakes on the front. That's why I run rear brakes only. Also with rear brakes, you can lock up the brakes and shift at high speed without damaging your transmission. I mean, we don't do that, but we could if we had the 4th school of thought. There's 5 schools of thought, by the way, I just realized. The 4th school of thought is just front brakes. And I know lots of drivers that do that. One of the reasons for doing that is for steering, because there's a high chance of losing your steering. And if you have front brakes, you can do some manipulation to steer the car. And that brings me to number 5, the one that I forgot at the beginning. Some people only do one front brake. I know of only one person that I've met that does that. And if they lose their steering, then they're able to steer it like one of those RC cars that you drive forward and then backwards. And they'll step on the brake to turn their wheel this way and back up. And then they'll let off the brake and the car will go straight. And then they'll step on the brake again and do that. Or they can step on the brake where they're going and veer it a little bit to the left. Here's the deal on the brakes. I have never seen the definitive finish to a derby. Like there's not a pattern of one school of thought always winning. Somebody can get lucky and their school of thought actually benefits them. But most of the time you're just gonna have a bad night and that's all there is to it. So I solved a little problem right here. There's probably several ways to solve this problem, but this is how I did it. So the master cylinder takes this 1/4 inch brake line. The back axle takes this 3/16 brake line. So what I did was I built a little flare here, adapter. So that'll go in the master cylinder and then this back end will go to the back axle. One of many problems that we're gonna be solving today.
This pedal works surprisingly well. I don't plan on hitting my brakes.
You're gonna have a hard time getting enough brake pressure to stop.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I could look at the leverage. See, regular ones have leverage like this for.
So you just put a hole there, you ran it?
Yeah. So it runs on the inside of my car because I have my master cylinder on the inside. This isn't the right tool to tighten it, but we left it up in the car. Just pumping the brake.
Get any air bubbles? No. I don't believe it. Yeah, just keep pumping. Pull the pedal all the way back. We're getting juice now.
This is why I don't let a kid engineer.
What happened?
I can't press the brake. Like that's as far as I can go.
Wow, that is flexing too.
This works great without fluid.
So there is a way for you to fix this. One is to add a little bit more pedal to the top of that, like 2 or 3 inches.
Give me the welder and a piece of metal.
Rhett, I'm gonna give you something to keep you busy while you're in there. I want you to cut off that stupid ear.
I like that ear.
Just cut it off.
It was not stupid in my brain. There's that stupid ear. Not gonna do me any good.
It's gonna be better.
I'm learning a lot here.
Okay, step on the brake now.
That was a bad decision.
Let's have you drive this car. Back to the measuring door because we've got to test to see how much we've shrunk over the day. Because a lot of people said that we are shorter at the end of the day than at the beginning of the day. Okay.
Yeah, you're about a 1/4 inch.
A 1/4 inch shorter. Let's see if it's that way across the board. Okay. Ow.
Oh my goodness.
1/8 inch?
Colin's an 1/8 inch shorter. You lost some hair there. Okay, Rhett, let's see.
Rhett's trying to get as much
He's
as
right
he can.
on.
Rhett's right on. Okay, Jamie. 1/8 of an inch. All right. You're right on.
Woo, woo. Still young. Don't know if age matters.
Yeah, I don't know how this happens. Yep. 1/4 inch.
A little bit.
Okay.
1/8 inch?
Not even an 8. That's not, yeah, that's hardly any. She's 10 gauge or 12 gauge. Now we know. So if you want to intimidate somebody, you should do it in the morning. So according to the testing that we've done right here in this shop on this day, it is accurate that you're shorter at the end of the day than you are at the beginning of the day.
Weird.
Today is Wednesday, the Derby is on Friday. That gives us, I don't know, 2 or 3 days to get the rest of the cars done. I'm down to just paint and a couple of other little knickknacks, and then we'll be ready, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. So check this out. Jamie was born without a middle name.